All right, listen, let me clear something up. Building wealth with life insurance. Nelson Nash teaches the infinite banking concept. That's how my whole career started in this space. I learned about how to use a life insurance policy, a whole life policy, specifically designed for infinite banking, built with a mutual company that pays dividends. And it got me fired up. And I'll tell you guys, honestly, it is one of the best things to ever be taught. But as I went and got my insurance license and I built a nationwide agency, I started getting into a higher echelon of client, and I learned that infinite banking, the concept itself, is very limited. What do I mean by that? Well, you don't want a modified endowment contract, because if you have a modified endowment contract, they're going to send you a tax bill in the mail, and nobody wants that, right? So whole life policies are very limited on how much contribution you can actually make. And what most people will teach you that teach this concept is, oh, just go get a policy on every family member and all your kids, and then you can come back and you can have 4 or 5 policies on yourself. You don't need to do that. If you have a private non-grantor spendthrift trust, and that trust contract specifically outlines that it can own life insurance, when you have this structure, you are in a position where you can rip the rev limiter off that policy, and we can actually run hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in cash flow, business cash flow even from your LLC. We can redirect that money, tax deferred, into a life insurance policy that is owned by the trust. It can become a modified endowment contract, which means they are going to send a 1099-R, but it's going to go to the trust. The trust can legally defer the taxes. See, the problem, folks, is that when you or I make money, we are taxed. That's called personal income. That is why you're taxed in an LLC, because it's limited liability, right? At the end of the year, you get to take all your write-offs, and then you get a K-1, and you file a 1040. You don't need to be making personal income. You want the trust to generate income, legally defer the taxes, and now we can legally take that cash flow and we can fund a cash value life insurance policy that's going to grow completely tax-free with tax-deferred money. No one else is teaching this. If you want to learn how it works for you, click the link in my bio or go to my website at liveiws.com. You can do all your due diligence. As always, love you all. Click the link in my bio, book an appointment.